Hey again all, Gary, no more Mr. Fat Guy. Now this is the third video from today. Was it December the 8th or something? I can't remember the exact date today. The first two videos pretty much were telling a tale of a run that was going to be about 21. Actually, with all the walking between intervals, total was around 25 kilometers. It's telling a tale of a run that wasn't going to plan, that where legs were feeling heavy and breathing just felt heavy, and it just wasn't kicking in. And so with hindsight, I think there's just a fair amount of tiredness about just me really just being tired. The run ended at about 15 kilometers. I'd gone to the turnaround, made the video at the turnaround, and had resolved really just to try and get some 1k easy pace sections together. And I think I was just checking my watch as I was sort of just coming up to towards the end or I can't remember, to be honest. I can't remember, memory's completely gone. But I was in the middle of doing a run of a 1k section, checking the watch, and I basically tripped over a small rock. Obviously, although it's not an extremely sort of up and down track. It's a long grinding uphill and then a long sort of grinding downhill. I sort of tripped over a rock, and it's all pea gravel, and I've basically gone flying over the rock. Landed on my primarily on my left knee. My right knee has escaped this time. It's something. This is the third time I've taken a tumble on a long run, and because it's pea gravel and sand and dust and everything, it's made a pretty bad sort of looking gash on my left knee. As it turns out, it really is just sort of gravel sort of like grazing, and some of it's quite deep because of the pea gravel is sort of really ripped in. But again, it is just that surface damage. It's not anything. There doesn't appear to be anything broken. There's nothing snapped or anything like that. But again, I think it's just tiredness that has led to that, and was probably impacting the entire run. I've got to say that it was as things work out, I couldn't have got luckier in the timing of my fall. There was a couple of ladies coming in the opposite direction who were out on a Sunday morning walk, and they sort of came up, made sure I was okay. And one of them's married to a paramedic, so she's immediately on the phone asking the guy whether she needed to get an ambulance. Anyway, eventually, just sort of asking him to come out. He came out with a full-on first aid kit. I mean, I thought they were going to get an operating table out from underneath the lower tray. I mean, it just looked, he had everything in there. It wouldn't surprise me if there's a deep fib unit in there. It was stethoscopes and bandages and lots of equipment in there. So it was absolutely perfect. If you're going to take a tumble and need having some grazing and some gravel removed from some grazing, it couldn't have happened in a better place. I mean, I got professional treatment, and ended up with everything being bandaged up and cut, like just to cover it, stop it from becoming any worse. The advice is to just go to an out of hours GP and get the clean up. There's a couple of deep spots where he ideally would like me to just get it cleaned up a bit more, just to prevent any risk of infection. Got a little bandage over my right hand, there's just a tiny graze on there. There's a little bit of grazing on my left hand, but that isn't so much of an open wound. A little bit battered and sore. The impact, initially, obviously the adrenaline kicks in, and I felt as though everything was okay. I'm feeling I've got a little bit of a headache now, a little bit of an impact, just by falling from, being upright and 6'6" and running along, being propelled forward slightly and just hitting the ground. Has obviously got some kind of, it's always going to have an impact on the frame. I know for a fact that the last time it happened on tarmac, When I woke up the next day, I just ended up needing to take an entire day to recover. So I'm really hoping that it's not going to be that bad in the morning. But that said, I mean, everything's okay. I am okay. Nothing's broken. The training is going to plan. I'm probably just going to end up with a little bit more extreme of a taper than was originally intended. And yeah, ultimately, again, this is what we do. This is the sort of things you just got to. I mean, I got dropped back at the car. I didn't finish the run. I'm actually quite grateful. I probably would have carried on walking. I'm probably quite grateful that Paul is the name of the paramedic. I can't remember, unfortunately can't remember the ladies' names. I wish I could. It's been sort of removed by the whole shock of the whole thing. I've forgotten. Incredibly grateful for what they did, but Paul's dropped me back at the car. I'm grateful for that, because I'm really, you know, I'd be out there now, you know, I'd probably still have 5Ks left to go. The heat's now up to like mid to late 20s, I think, and the numbness and the adrenaline and everything would have all worn off, and the soreness of the knee would have kicked in, and I'd be really probably in a really bad place. So I'm okay. I've taken a fall. This is the third time I've done this on a long run. It's a habit that I'm going to try and get out of, because it's you know, it's a tradition I don't want to start establishing, that I take a tumble before a big event. And yeah, so that's the tale of a particularly interesting run today. I mean, it certainly made I think it made Paul's morning a bit different to what he expected. So I think he was cleaning out the family pool. It made his wife and her friends' morning a little bit more interesting or certainly different from what they thought. They thought they were going out for a walk, and they ended up having this 6'6" guy take a stack in front of them, and yeah, so it's been an interesting time. I'm looking forward now to just resting up, getting this cleaned up, and yeah, hopefully recovering quickly and getting back on with the final stages of training before 6 inch. So yeah, this video is definitely not the video I thought I'd be making, but you know, we deal with things as they come along. So thanks very much for watching. Please continue in liking and sharing and subscribing to the YouTube channel, to following everything on the No More Mr. Fat Guy page and the Hearts Across Australia page. You know why we're doing this. You know this is all for a great cause. It's for you know, promoting the Heart Foundation. It's for getting the lifestyle change message out there. And despite appearances otherwise, you know, when I take a fall and I injure myself, yeah, an active lifestyle really is good for your health. It really is. You know, it's better to take the occasional knock like this than it is to spend an entire life, you know, struggling to run for the bus and being at risk of a heart attack at any moment. You know, give me some gravel rash any time over you know, having to take an emergency trip to a cardiac unit. So yeah, please keep supporting. Thank you so much, everybody, for the support so far. And I'll see you all again online, and I'll see you on the next video. Cheers now, bye.